I think I'm on. Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone. This is so awesome. Wow. I hope that I can follow those acts and be worthy because I am just really learning so much. I love these kind of things. Allison and Jacquelyn, thank you so much. Two of my favorite girls ever. And this is just a really big honor. So I got my intro. I'm Terry Newman, and I'm happy to be a speaker today to maybe over 6,000 people on this page now. And so it's a good thing that I'm talking about being brave in your business. Brave. So some of you probably think you're brave, and you probably are if you think you are. And then there's others that are completely not feeling brave, and that's okay. So today, but although I think that maybe everybody at one time or another has shown bravery in their life, so today we're just going to use that and make it our mission to pull that back through in your Scentsy business. So I've kind of tagged this, Find Your Brave. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to find our brave because, you know, we're actually all born brave. I mean, kids are brave. In fact, the whole intro about the causes that we're working towards today that Allison and Jacquelyn were talking about, I mean, do those children get more brave than that, ill children? I mean, kids are just naturally fearless, and I love that. They don't overthink everything like we do. They just go. And somewhere along the way, as adults, we start to overthink everything, and we talk ourselves out of greatness. We talk ourselves out of our true potential simply because of fear. So, as we find our brave today, I am going to read the actual definition of brave. So bravery, used in a noun sense, the quality that allows someone to do things that are dangerous or frightening. Brave, used as a verb, to endure or face unpleasant conditions or behavior without showing fear. Having or showing mental or moral strength in the face of danger. Okay, that's a little dramatic, but statistically speaking, completely accurate. So finding your brave is a little easier said than done, okay? So, did you know that, like, public speaking, for instance, okay, public speaking is on every top 10 biggest fears list. Yes, it is. It is on there. And guess what shares time with it on that list? Fear of rejection and fear of failure. So, if I publicly share the Scentsy opportunity, I will potentially stand the risk of being rejected, which will therefore give me a feeling of failure. All three? We're going to have all three in the top 10 list? No, you do not have to feel like that. But I'd have to say that it is the feeling of most people, which would make it normal. So now we have to sort of figure out how to get away from normal. You know, how are we going to, like, get over that hurdle of fear so that we can actually run our Scentsy businesses as good as we can run them? Okay, well, I'm going to share a couple tricks today. They work for a lot of people I know, and I hope that you hear something that will work for you. Okay, so when we need to find our brave in our Scentsy business, what comes to mind? Two big things come to mind right away for me. Number one would be home parties. Basically, standing in front of strangers, usually. And then the other would be sharing the Scentsy opportunity when you're trying to talk Scentsy to new people. So I'm going to start with home parties first. And Scentsy is currently teaching and reteaching the art of the home party with Party with a Purpose. And we're talking about the beginning, the middle, and the end of the whole home party situation. So where most of us get stuck is that middle thing, the middle, where we have to actually present our products and our business. And it's that line when the host says, okay, everybody sit down, Terry's going to talk now. And you go, and silence falls over the room, and you can't breathe, and you start sweating, and you're like, why is my tongue 10 times bigger than it was 2 minutes ago? Like, why can't I do this? It's because all that adult self-doubting starts coming into play. Oh my gosh, what if they think I look weird? I'm having a bad hair day. Oh, I don't know if they're going to like Scentsy. How am I going to make them like Scentsy? Oh, I hate my voice. Oh, I hate my voice. One time I recorded myself and I hated my voice. Well, what are you going to do? Never talk again? Of course you're going to talk again. So, this is what you have to do. We have to move past this. This is just self-induced anxiety, and it's super female. We do that to ourselves. So, I'm going to teach you something that I was taught in theater, and I teach my theater kids, and it is called the fourth wall. And some of you may have heard of it before, but for those of you that haven't, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. And I think it can help you relax. It's a little bit, mind over matter, but it's kind of a little trick. Okay, so the fourth wall, if you're an audience member and you're looking at actors on the stage, you have your actors on the stage, you have stage left, stage right, and backstage, or what we call upstage. And then the space between the audience and the actor is called the fourth wall, the imaginary fourth wall. So this separates the actors from the reality of the audience members so that they can stay in character. So what we need to do when we're presenting in front of an audience, any audience, big or small, is you need to stay in Scentsy character. So if you can mentally tell yourself, this is my fourth wall, while you're doing your presentation, it separates you from your guests and your self-doubt. So you, fourth wall, guests, self-doubt. And you can keep it going. You stay on that side. It's, like I said, it's a bit of a mental trick, but you'd be surprised. If you practice, it kind of can work. I mean, I've had a lot of people tell me, gosh, that really worked when I told myself that. And it kind of is like giving yourself permission to just be yourself, because it's like a protective shield, like a superhero. That's what it is. You're like a superhero because you have a protective shield now. And now you can do your presentation without being embarrassed. And so the last thing on home parties, since we're talking about presenting and we're kind of talking about theater, is keep in mind, when you walk in that party, like when you walk in, you have to know that a Scentsy audience is your best audience. It really is. I mean, it is the easiest audience because we have this feel-good product. And so everybody there is either there to hear about Scentsy for the first time because they want to be there, not just because of the food and drinks, or they are there to buy more Scentsy because they're already addicted and they love it. So it's really about our product and about explaining it to people. So don't take yourself so seriously. Put up your protective shield. Okay. So the other thing in our business is where we need to find our brave would be trying to share the Scentsy opportunity. So some people are really good salespeople and they're not feeling awkward in that area, but they have no team. And they have a hard time building their team because they really want to go up in title and they want to be successful in their business and make it their career. So we have to sponsor. We have to share the Scentsy opportunity. Now, this is actually really easy for some people. Some people, it's like, no problem. It's very natural, very natural. And then I have to say, for others, it is terribly awkward. And what I hear all the time is, oh gosh, Terry, I'm too embarrassed. I go to do it and then I don't do it. And I just don't want to bug them. I don't want to, be that person. Okay, so what that really translates into are those other two top fears. You're afraid of being rejected, of course, and then feeling like a failure possibly, but that's just really not the case. It's not. So we have to just remember that you're still in that position where you can either talk yourself into being amazing, or you can talk yourself out of your true potential and you'll just be dog paddling in your business. So Your Scentsy business shouldn't make you feel like a used car salesman. I use that analogy a lot because, you think when you're sharing the Scentsy opportunity, you're being so slick, like Mr. Salesperson. Now, I mean, some of you might be kind of slick, and I think I know who you are. I'm just kidding. But, I mean, most of us are just being sincere because we truly love our product. So instead of thinking that way, I would like you to think about when you share the opportunity, I would like you to think of it as simply transferring a belief. Write that down. You're transferring a belief. This should give you confidence because when you're sharing your love and passion for your company, that's amazing. That's great. It's no different than sharing about your favorite restaurant. I mean, you can't make people sign up for Scentsy any more than you can make people go to your favorite restaurant. It's okay. It's just expressing your joy and enthusiasm for something. It's just, you can't go wrong with that. People, you just can never go wrong with that. People always know when you're sincere. So you don't have to feel like you're trying to be something you're not, especially when you're talking maybe to people you know. They know your heart. So don't overthink it. Okay, so to build your bravery in this area, I would say set small goals. And many of you have heard this, but this will be great for a lot of new people, is tell yourself you're going to pass your business card out or a sample 5 times a day. And that will feel uncomfortable at first. I mean, you could always leave it with a waitress, leave it with the checker at the grocery store. It can be just like, hey, here's a free sample, have a great day. It doesn't have to be awkward. So when you start getting comfortable with handing your card out a couple of times a day, 5, then make some recruiting packs. Some recruiting packs do not have to be expensive. They can be super cost effective. They can be a join brochure with a sample on it. And set a goal of passing like 2 of those out a day. Because basically by using these materials, or we'll call them props, since we're talking about theater today, props, they will act like a bridge between you and your hesitations. Okay? Have that mindset that when you share the opportunity, you're not bugging anybody. You have to look at it like not bothering, but blessing. Because for every person you hesitate and you back up and pause and you decide not to do it, that could have been the person that not only would have shot through the ceiling with Scentsy, but on a more ethical or moral level, that could have been somebody that you changed their life. You could have been the difference for them. And that is really true because obviously we hear all these stories, and if any of it, samples, branding yourself, wearing your Scentsy gear, putting a sticker on your car, any of that, those are conversation starters, you guys, and they're vehicles to confidently share the opportunity. So that's another way that you can try to be brave, is by using the materials we have and keeping in mind that you're just transferring a belief. You're not a used car salesman. You're trying to spread our Scentsy joy because the culture at our company is legit. And once people put their foot in, they get it. So we have to face our fears if we want to grow professionally and personally. Okay, so someone said something to me once that, it just really stuck. And I was in my 30s, I was in my early 30s, and it made sense to me then, and it makes sense to me in many areas of my life. So I want to share this because I've shared it just in my life many times. It came during a time when I was very busy, and some of you kind of know my backstory, but when my husband retired from his first career, we kind of had a couple business decisions that didn't go very well. And so I had 3 little kids. We had multiple jobs. We were trying to keep our chin above water. And this was before Scentsy came into my life. And I really think that it is absolutely not ironic or a mistake that God put Scentsy in my lap, and that I heard this little thing right before I was about to go into this really wonderful time in my life with Scentsy. This person told me, people that live in the past have guilt. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. If I hadn't done that, I could be XYZ. People have guilt that dwell on the past. People that live too far in the future have anxiety. And we all know that this is very female also. I need to do this. I need to plan this. What if we don't have enough money for college? What if we don't have a retirement? Always stress about something that we have no control over that's not happening for a very long time. So when you live in the future too far, you have anxiety. What we want to do is we want to try to live for the day. Live for the day. Live for this moment. This also helps you be brave. Because if you stay right here, your brain can't go, I'm not good enough to be here because this is my past. Or I'm not good enough to be here because I will be rejected and fail. No. So you need to stay right in the moment. Right in the moment. Don't worry about past mistakes. Don't worry about what might happen. Just be you. That alone, I consider brave. Choosing to be yourself is brave. It's very brave. It's hard to be you. I mean, like, I would much rather have a mustache on right now or a clown wig. I have before when I've done videos because it's hard to be me. Everybody thinks, oh no, Terry will do it. Terry will do it. But it's one thing to be a character in front of other people, and then it's another thing to be me. So, like, I would much rather be in costume. Why? I mean, I am nervous. Why do you guys think I always wear a tank top when I present? Because I'm like pitting out here. I'm dying. So, I mean, I get on a roll and I have fun and I much more enjoy teaching than anything. But what I really, really love is to watch other people in our female-dominated company find out who they are and what their true potential is. And sometimes it just got put on the shelf for a little while. So this to me is so important, and I will be brave for you and speak because I think it's that important. But I too have to dig deep for that bravery. Okay, I'm going to give you this quote. Bravery is being the only one who knows you're afraid. Right? Bravery is being the only one who knows you're afraid. It's like your secret. So, this is what you're going to remember. You are an actor with a fourth wall, and you're a superhero. You could get a purple cape for your parties, and that might be too much, but maybe. You are authentically you, and you are Scentsy, and that alone is enough to be proud of. So I hope that you find your brave, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Again, thank you, Allison and Jacquelyn. This was amazing.